Dear students, now we will see about the parallel adder cum subtractor circuit. It is also named as the theory of 2's complement addition and subtraction using parallel adder. So, here we are using the parallel adder circuit, and by this parallel adder circuitry how we can do both the exercise of addition as well as subtraction by the same circuitry. Okay. So, before this we have already discussed about the individual circuit, means your parallel adder, how the parallel adder will work for the addition purpose, and n bit parallel adder and its operation that we have seen, and in the second phase we have seen the parallel subtractor. So, how the subtractor will work, that we have seen. Now, we are here in this one of the circuit with the parallel adder cum subtractor. So, let me see the circuit first of all, then its steps of operation. So, in this circuit what happened, as per our previous adder or subtractor circuitry, we know that each and every bit has its own set of full adder. So, in this case also check here, this one is your A1, this is your B1, there are two inputs, some S1 as an output of full adder, the third input for this full adder, that is C in 1, and the output of this full adder means C out, that is C2, which is forwarded into the next full adder. So, this circuit is repeated every stage, in every stage. So, this is common as the our two previous theories of parallel adder and parallel subtractor. But what is the change in this particular case, that is about one addition of this XOR gate in every bit. This is the XOR gate which is connected with your every bit. So, let me see this function, let me see the function of this parallel adder cum subtractor circuit properly by these wordings. So, this theory is generally known as a second 2's complement addition subtraction theory. So, in this case what happened here, how to perform by one circuit only both mathematical operation. Okay. I again repeat, here we are checking how to perform by one circuit only both mathematical operation, that is addition as well as subtraction. Okay. So, it is made by full adder, it is made by full adders. So, we are using here two adders. Okay. So, in a adder there are two inputs, in a adder there are two inputs, and in these two inputs, first input, first number, we can say the first number or the first input, that is our common, means it is as we given, as it is given we are directly implementing. So, your A1, A2, A3 and A4, these are the 4 bits of your first number, that is as it is. Okay. Now, for the second one, for the second input, what we are doing, for the second input we are using the XOR gate, we are using the XOR gate. So, it has a one input, this in this XOR gate it has a one input, that is our second number, that is our second number. So, see here, for this XOR your B1, that is our one of the number, that is input for this particular XOR gate, while the second input for this XOR gate, while the second input of your this XOR gate, that is C in of the first full adder, that is the C in of the first full adder. See here, this is your C in for the first full adder, and this C in, it is a as an input of second input of your XOR gate, and the XOR operation, it provides us the second input in this full adder circuit. It gives the second input to this full adder circuit. Now also we know some of the another things, that is here check. In our case, in this our particularly figure, we have using it is as a X, we have using is it is as a X. So here this is my X, and it is using as a C in for the first full adder. Okay. Now what happened in this particular case? What happened in this particular case? Because we know that if this X is low, if this X is low, so it means your X bar value, that is 0, your X bar value is 0. So if we check this concept here properly, let me check this concept. So here this B1, your this B1 is here. Now I am using my X is equal to 0. So we know that if I am putting this 0 at here, so automatically the XOR operation gives me the B1 as it is at here. So this is B1 and this is my A1. So because of this B1 as it is, as I am given input, so it gives me the normal adder operation, the normal adder operation when my X is equal to 0, or you can say my C in, that is 0 in this particularly case for the first full adder. Now let me check the second condition. So for this second condition, let me rough all the remaining things. Okay. So for the second condition, see here my X, that is 1 right now. So my X is 1, so my C in, this is also 1. So whenever my C in is 1, my C in, that is 1. So check here for this one of the input, this input is 1, while the second input is B1. So this is the XOR operation between B1 XOR 1. So whenever any of the input is XOR with the 1, so obviously your output, that is the complementary, of your B1. So in that case I am getting here, this is the first complement of B1, so that is known as a B1 bar. So here I am getting the B1 bar, and this B1 bar, that is one of the input. Now let me check the inputs. So B1 bar, this is one of the input. That's A1, that is our regular input, and at this case your carry in, it is also present as a 1. So automatically I can say that here what happened, my A1 is here, my B1 bar is here, and also I am adding the carry 1. So I can write down here as a, this is my first input A1, that is my first input, B1 bar. So B1 bar, it means the first complement of B1, and again I am adding plus 1 in it. So it gives us the idea like this, it gives us the idea like this. Here your A1 plus first complement of B1 plus C in 1. So what happened? A1 plus first complement of B1 plus 1. So this is nothing but A1 plus minus B1, and it gives us the subtraction of A1 minus B1, and that's why it gives us the difference at this place of S1. I again repeat what happened here. You are given the second terminal of your XOR gate, the second terminal of your XOR gate as a 1. So because of this is 1, your B1 XOR 1 operation by the XOR gate, and it is B1 bar, or it is known as the first complement. At that time your C in 1, that is also 1. So exactly the operation in full adder, it is like this, where you are adding, what you are adding? So you are adding A1 plus first complement of B1 plus C in 1. So but nature, first complement of any binary number, and you are adding it, it has a 1, so it gives you the 2's complement. So this is known as a 2's complement of B, and 2's complement of B, it is nothing but the difference between first digit to the second digit. So I hope you are understanding the concept of the subtraction here. Okay, so let we compress this concept by these two blocks. So your X is working as a control unit here, so you can give the X as a 0 or 1. So this X is automatically your C in, X is automatically your C in. So first case, when your X is 0, so your sum, that is A XOR sum, that is your A plus B plus C in. So C in is already 0, so it gives the operation as a plus B only. But whenever your X is equal to 1, so at that time what happen? Your A is there plus first complement of B plus C in. So your C in, that is 1, your first complement of B is present, is as it is, so A plus second complement of B, and it gives you the difference, D is equal to A minus B. So that is your subtractor operation. So my point is that this is the one circuit only, and it perform both the operations. So let me check both the operations in such a manner. So how it will work, or how you can remember this thing about the operation of XOR gate. So in XOR gate, exactly what happened? See, XOR gate has a two inputs. Suppose this is your first of the input, this is your first of the input, so your input, and this is your second of the input. So as per our XOR gate operation principle, we know that if both are 0, it gives you the 0, and if one of them it is 0, so it gives you the 1. If one of them, it gives you 1, and if suppose both are equal, it again gives the 0. So let me check two pairs. Suppose this upper pair of two results. In this case, what happen? If your one of the input is 0, in this case your output is exactly equal to your second input. Let me check the another two results. So in this another two results, it is reverse. Suppose your first input is 1, then your output is complement of your second input. Check here. So this is my x, this is my x, this is my x, this is my x. So if my x is 0, automatically my XOR gets output that is equal to your input, this second inputs. While if my x is 1, my output is complement of my second input. That we have discussing in a very depth just before this page. Okay, so Cin is 0, then the second number bit as it is, and Cin is 1, then your second digit bit as complement, because XOR works on as controller. So let me check our this concept with two examples. So here one of the example as a use this parallel adder circuit as a adder only. So in that case your Cin is 0. So if my Cin is 0 and I am adding a plus b, my a is 5, b is 7, so automatically we know that our sum, that is 12. So let me perform this operation directly in this particularly figure. We will put all that inputs at here, and we will check how it will work. Once again, check your a is 5, b is 7. So our a value of a is 0 1 0 1. Our value is a has the value that is 0 1 0 1. For and my b, that is 7, so its value is 0 1 1 1. So these are the our normal value. Okay, I am interested for the adder in the first case. So whenever we are discussing about adder, I have taken my x is equal to 0. So what happened? My x is 0 right now. So as my x is 0, my Cin 1, this is 0. And about my every XOR operation, because x is 0, so my input of this full adder, it is as equal to my second input. So here this is 1, this one is also 1, this one is also 1, and this is 0. Okay, so let we do our normal exercise of full adder. So in a full adder, we know that your sum is nothing but the XOR operation of all the inputs. So the XOR operation of all the inputs, it means here 1 plus 1. So 1 plus 1, so the sum is 0, and the carry, that is 1. So this one is coming to the carry input for the second full adder. So in this second full adder, what happened? It is 1 plus 0, it is 1 plus 0 plus 1. So once again this value is 0, and because of 1 plus 0 plus 1, so I have again the carry for the next stage. So here carry is 1, so 1 plus 1 plus 1, so it gives me the sum 1, it gives me the sum 1 as per our normal operation, as well as because of the three number of 1, so I have a carry in this stage also. Now in the last stage there is a 0, 0 and 1, so my sum is 1 and my carry out is 0. So if I am making the all the digits of my summation, so that is 1 1 0 0. Here we have added 5 plus 7, so 7 plus 5, that is 12, and this is the binary number for the 12 because it is 8 plus 4, so that is 12. So as I am putting x is equal to 0, it gives me the parallel adder operation. Now let me check the parallel subtractor case by the same design or the same parallel adder cum subtractor circuit. So we are performing here in this subtractor line the second case, that is difference case, that is 12 minus 8, and our answer is 4, that we know. So how it will perform in this 2's complement method? So it is performed like this. Your a, see, your a is 1 1 0 0 because it is 12, and your b, that is 8. So your b is 8, so your 8, it means it is 1 0 0 0. So we are taking b's first complement. So in a b's first complement, it means your all the digits are complemented, so it is 0 1 1 1. So that's why I am writing here 0 1 1 1. And the third point, that is carry in added. So my carry in, that is 1 in this case, so I am adding 1 also. So ultimately now I am putting the summation of it. So see here, this is 0, this is 1, this is 1. So what happened? 1 plus 1, it is a 0, and here there is a 1 carry. So 1 plus 0, 1 plus 1, so again it is 0 with the 1 carry. Then 1 plus 1, so there is a 1 carry, and 0 sum, and 0 plus 1, so there is a 1 as a sum, and the carry forwarded for the next digit, next bit. So in this last bit, 1 plus 1, so but nature it is 0, and you have a carry 1 for the next bit. Because of this is the second complement operation, here we are omitting this carry out. So check the value of your binary number in form of decimal number. So that is 0 1 0 0. So 0 1 0 0, it is automatically 4, and 12 minus 8, that is also 4. So we have done the same exercise of subtraction of 12 minus 8, the answer is 4, by this 2's complement method. I again repeat this last stage here. This is the fundamental about the 2's complement method for addition and subtraction in parallel adder subtractor circuit. So a b's complement, first complement, and add c in, that is 1. Okay, so in this particularly figure we are making x is equal to 1, so your carry in, that is already 1, and our 2 digits, so our a, in this case our a, that is 12, means 1100, so it is 1100, and my b, and in this case my b, that is 1000, because it is 8, so 1000, so I am putting it here as our main input, so 1000. So let me check the first operation, means your x is equal to 1, so your XOR gate gives you the complement of it. So my input is 0 as a b1, so my complement is 1, here complement is 1, here the complement is 1, and here my complement is 0. So 0 1 1 1, this is my second input, while my c in 1 is 1. Okay, so let me check the summation. So 1 plus 0 plus 1, so but nature it gives the 0 sum with the carry 1. This 1 carry is added here, so 1 plus 0 plus 1, again your sum is 1, sorry, your sum is 0 and the carry is 1. So again in the third stage 1 plus 1, so you have a 1 carry, that is here, and 1 plus 1, that is 0 plus 1, so S3 is 1 here, your carry is already forwarded for the next stage. So in the last stage 0 plus 1, that is 1, and 1 plus 1, so that is your sum for first bit is 0 and your carry out is 1, and this carry 1, that is omitting. So automatically your answer that we have found in this particularly 2's complement method, that is 0 1 0 0. So 0 1 0 0, so it is already 4, and it is the answer of 12 minus 8 as a subtraction by the same circuitry, by just changing this x is equal to 1 in place of x is equal to 0. So x is equal to 0, that is your adder, and x is equal to 1, that is your subtractor. Thank you very much.